Shalom.
Alright, look, we're getting started late, so before we get started, anybody got anything on their heart and mind? Any questions, anything they want to talk about? Shebrew, Shabbat Shalom, Shebrew.
If I may say, kind of forced myself to come here today. I'm going through massive hell.
Take your time, sis.
It started with my dad going to the hospital. The family in turmoil over whatever he may need. On top of that, our newly found love for the Lord is sending our family at us full force. They done jumped on my daughter. They tried to tear them down, but my daughters are strong. They are truly Judah's sisters, daughters of Zion. And so it started with me. My niece pushed me in my back at my dad's house. He's still in the hospital. All because she couldn't get between us. Went and lied to the rest of the family members to tell them that we jumped them when it wasn't. It was her hitting me. And I turned around and almost unleashed something on her. It wasn't her. On top of that, they sprayed my son, the one Judah was supposed to have been talking to, in the face with some dog mace, messed up his right eye. I'm talking like 5, 6 people jumped on my daughters. And I had the grandbabies and couldn't do nothing. And these are all family members. Well, they ain't my family, according to what I know now. They're not my family, but they did it. And we grew up with them. I'm the oldest of all of them. The thing is that nobody wants to listen to the truth. The truth was being brought by my son. And he had flaws with them that they didn't want to recognize. You know how some things you don't really get rid of right away, that you continue doing in front of them and they see you as a fraud or something like that. But for her to push me in my back, at 50, going on 51 years old, that's not something I expected from my niece, my sister's kids. And now she done came down here, my sister done came down here to call herself doing something to either me or my house. Either or, it's continuing. Every time someone say let it go, they come with something else. Every time someone say leave it alone, they do something else. And they done already jumped on them now. This one child right here can handle all 3 of my sister's kids. That ain't the point. The point is the brother jumped in and choked her out and threw her to the ground and let them jump on her. And I don't know how to, I done called the police. Jennings don't want to really do anything. They said if it happens again, they're gonna arrest all of us. Why not handle the situation? So my thing is, I'm here to ask for prayer. I can't sleep in my house. Not only that, it's full of mold and mildew that I can't get rid of. These people, I need prayer that I'll be able to move and time and on time for this one apartment that they have ready for me. And they're trying to get the people to accept for me to be able to move. If I can move, then we can put a lot of this behind us, because then they won't be able to find us for at least a good while. Nobody never really comes to my house, but to do that is just something that I never expected. These people's faces changed right before me.
And you sing spirit songs, so it's saying like you're in battle. You need some prayer warriors on your side. So you know you got it. So we're gonna make sure that you in our prayers. You know what I'm saying? And may you defeat the enemy, and may Christ be with you in all ways. So you already know, separate yourself from the madness, like you said you're doing. Stay prayed up, and maybe you need to get some fasting in, you know, to get all these demons out your life and from around you. And just know, you being in truth and you spitting truth, there's going to be affliction, period. It's coming. You know what I'm saying? We're coming with a doctrine, and we're coming with something that a lot of people don't like. So with that being understood, we're going to make sure that everybody pray for you, pray for your household, pray for your family, and stay away from the madness as much as you can. But you being in truth, You try your hardest to walk in truth, it seems like we end up running into what we call trouble.
Right.
So just keep that on mind. This ain't no scot-free, skate-free walk at all, sister. But we most definitely got you in our prayer.
And understand this, sis, they don't know what you know spiritually. So their righteousness to them is what the streets say, justice is. So they don't care nothing about you saying you in the word. They coming with what they understand and what they know. So the only way you meet the force like that, you gotta meet it with a higher force. And like I say, prayer and fasting. And then if they talking about coming where you at, make sure you really notate it on a call to the popo. If they come over here, y'all may have to send an ambulance to pick some people up.
Because you're going to have to defend yourself.
You got to defend yourself because you can't run. You know, where you gonna run that they can't find you other than out of the state, and we ain't doing no running program. We're doing a safe program that when they come, they look at the evidence and whoever else leave in the back of the police car, not you.
Right.
And then it'll send a message to everybody else, don't come around here with that. So, sister, that's family. You know them way better than we do. We're praying on your behalf, on your side of it. That take care of that matter, but y'all may cross paths again, and there has to be a line set that they won't cross over that line. Because apparently this is a family issue that made death come in, y'all gonna meet up again. The deal is how would that happen? Because you can't be scrapping at a funeral, that's really gonna be bad. Scrapping at the hospital, everybody going to jail. Like police say, everybody gonna go. Because they don't know which side to choose from. So righteousness has to prevail, and you're gonna have to get in your closet, and you're gonna have to pray. We'll pray with you, sister, but y'all gonna have to understand what you up against. And this is why we were saying so much about, we worry about everything outside. But every conflict we talk about, if it's 100 of them, 99 of them are our blood relatives. In-house problem. So understand that from that perspective, sister, and you wanna pray for them, you know, that they do the right thing so you don't have that burden on you. And understand this too, when you pray and you ask the Father to take care of this, you can't dictate how He takes care of it. But once you ask Him, it's on the table, you tell Him, Lord, I've had enough, you take care of it. Now how He takes care of it, your heart can't be sorry tomorrow. Yeah, go ahead.
I said a few scriptures on the situation. Because look, the Most High always let us know as well too. Don't give what is holy to dogs.
Right.
You feel me? Casting the pearl before swine. Right. I just started this out in 1 Peter 4. Look, I got 3 scriptures to bring some remedy to the situation. So, a lot of times our miles call for strokes. You understand? Like at a certain point, after so many times, we try to bring the light to the situation. They don't want to hear it. You got to take the feelings out of it and say, look, I'm about it. So you ain't got to rap it no more. That next time we talk about the Most High, you going to be bringing it up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because you ain't the only one with family that's crazy as all hell. People call me the devil since I've been in the truth. You ready to jump you know what I'm saying? Ride past your crib. You know, so it come to the point the scriptures let us know, like, look, after 2 or 3 times, you try to warn them. If they don't want to hear it, you commanded to keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? So this 1 Peter 4, real quick, gonna go into the mindset we ought to have. And got 2 more scriptures after that. And then that way you can start controlling the situation. You know what I'm saying? Like, look, I don't want to hear all that. Capital T at the end.
You're right.
I don't want to hear all that. Oh, okay. Well, next time we rap about this, you won't be bringing it up. And then usually be one of your people get plagued or something. You know, most of them visit them at night, tickle their heart fellas or something. They'll be calling you. You see what I'm saying? We can't force that thing down nobody's throat though. We commanded after so many times, cut it off. Keep it pushing. That's an art that some of us had to learn quicker than others. You understand? Some of us was like, I mean, when I first found out the truth, I was like a 5-year-old picking up a hose. Everybody's getting hit. Like, I just didn't care. No discernment, no nothing. You know what I'm saying? But years later, folks, you know, you learn to use more wisdom and you wield your sword. And, you still the same fire, but you ain't just taking everybody's head as you see. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to practice on them. Fight. Kick rocks, like they say in the streets. You know what I'm saying? So look, let's read this real quick. 1 Peter 4. Grab 1 through 4 real quick. On the road.
The book of 1 Peter,
Brother, get into his class. Go ahead.
chapter 4,
Yeah.
verse 1. For as much then as Yeshua hath suffered for us in the flesh,
Yeah.
arm yourselves likewise with the same mind.
What?
With the same mind. For he that hath suffered in the flesh hath ceased from sin.
Notice what it said. It says, as he has suffered for what's righteous, arm yourselves with the same mind. You know what I'm saying? Don't come into the truth and think everything's going to be smooth or whatever. Arm yourself with the mind to suffer for it. Because it's coming. All right, let me finish. We coming to it. Let's make this point so we don't bounce around. Go ahead.
Verse 2. That he no longer should live the rest of his time in the flesh to the lust of men, but to the will of Yah. For the time past of our life may suffice us to have wrought the will of the Gentiles.
Our own self, we were working the will of the Gentiles. We were doing everything they were doing, and as long as you was in the world doing what they was doing, nobody cared.
He's cool with
It
it.
was all good, you was in the crowd, everybody loved you. As soon as you start trying to bring light to the situation, now it's a problem. Arm yourselves with the same mind. Go ahead, Al.
When we walked in lasciviousness, lust, excess of wine, revelings, banquetings, and abominable idolatry.
Going into their little pagan feast days and all that. As long as you was showing up saying Merry Christmas, it was all good. As soon as you start bringing light to the situation, like, look, that's not of the Most High. Now it's a problem.
Right.
Arm yourselves with that mind. Arm yourselves with the mind. Look, I become an enemy of the world for the sake of the gospel.
That's right.
It's just what it is. Why? Because the world has not taken on the spirit of the Most High. Everybody don't love the God in this Bible. Get that out your mind. They don't. If they did, they would love you. All right, read it out.
Verse 4.
Yeah.
Wherein they think it strange that ye run not with them to the same excess of riot.
Excess of what?
Riot.
Excess of riot. Go ahead.
Speaking evil of
You
you.
see, those right here in these scriptures that look, the people gonna speak evil of you. They think it's strange, not cool. They think it's strange that you run around here talking about some you seeing the light and you in the truth, and you don't do the things that you used to. Right? But it ain't like we don't know when it happened to. We was warned 2,000 years ago that this was going to happen. So as a warning, as a righteous warning, we were warned through the scriptures. You understand? Arm yourself with the same mind. Don't think it's going to be flowers, lollipops, and suckers. It's about to be hell. You know what I'm saying? But that's you earning your stripes though. You wear them like badges of honor. You know what I'm saying? Like they got the military cats got their 5-star generals and them stripes with. They wear them in honor because they earned them stripes. And that's what y'all doing when y'all go through it. You earn them stripes for the kingdom. You understand? So the Lord tells us to arm yourself with that mindset. If you arm the opposite of that, you're doing yourself a disservice.
That's right.
If you think it's going to be diddly do, neighbor, love you. Yes, come on in, sister Zion. No, people don't like you. They don't like us. You know what I'm saying? So in other words, you got to go thick skin in this deal. In other words, numb to these feelings and these emotions. You know, as you grow in the truth, that's what's going to happen. You got to have that thick skin or that sound mind to get through all that because we love our loved ones. In the flesh, you love them. You want them all to get it. But the truth is what? They all ain't going to get it.
That's right.
We want all of Israel to be saved, but the truth is what? Only 1/3 of Israel is going to be saved.
That's right.
That means 66.6% of all the Israelites going down. That means 2 out of 3. If it's 3 of us on the elevator, 2 of us ain't going to make it. That's the reality of what this deal is. So if your mind is like, no, I'm going to save everybody, in the end, you're doing yourself a disservice.
No one to pick them pearls up.
See what I'm saying?
That's
So
right.
it's just a mindset that we got to arm ourselves with. So when we get opposition to the truth, you know what we do? Oh, I was warned this day was coming. You only got 2 more times for me to tell you. After that second or third time, I'm out of here. And the next time we rock, you will be calling me. That's how you got to be. All right, let's get a second witness real quick. Titus 3:10. Let me finish my thought. I'm coming to you, I'm coming to you, and I'm coming to you. Titus 3:10 real quick.
Can we start that at 8?
Titus 3, chapter 8 through 11. Chapter 3, verse 8 through 11. Then we need Matthew 76 after that, and then we answer y'all questions and let Aki get into his class. But as I mean, look, sisters, them excellent questions. A lot of us go through that. You understand? But as the years go on, you get tougher and tougher in the spirit. You be like, yeah, so what? They talk crazy, you know what I'm saying? Are you crazy in a cult? You think you righteous? You think you better than everybody? Oh, here come Moses. You get to hear all that. Right. Yeah, whatever. Feel me? You gotta go tough like that in the spirit. That way you don't, you feel me, be too sentimental. Because you get sentimental and then you start dreaming about something that's not reality. Reality is most of our people ain't gonna make it. Reality is I love my family, but hey, I don't love y'all enough to burn forever with y'all. That's right. It's just what it is. If you don't like the truth, your breath stank to me, this is what it is. Alright, now if you want it, then come holler at me. It's on you to come holler because you rejected me and told me you don't want to hear it. And that's how you gotta be, because if not, you're gonna come to blows. Right. And pistols get pulled out. You know what I'm saying? Now y'all family and everybody locked up, got charges on them. Man, it can't be that. It can't be that. So your only defense is to be like, what? Look, I don't really care. Whatever. And if you wanna holler again, my phone, you know my number. Keep it at that. Other than that, you're gonna get over emotional and start daydreaming about saving your entire family when all of them ain't gonna be. That's the truth. All right, you got Titus 3, 8 through 11.
Reading from the book of Titus, chapter 3, verse 8. This is a faithful saying, and these things I will that thou affirm constantly, that they which have believed in Yah might be careful to maintain good works.
Careful to do what?
Maintain good works.
Right, so we must maintain good works and believe. Just back me on up. Back on up. But we must maintain good works. In other words, we can't even let, because we mad at our people, use that as an excuse to do evil works, or do bad works, or sin. See what I'm saying? We must maintain good works as believers. The light can't never go out. All right, go ahead, bro.
These things are good and profitable unto men.
Yeah.
But avoid foolish questions.
Avoid who?
Foolish questions.
How you know the earth ain't 6 quadrillion years old? You know, a lot of foolish questions come at you once you find out the truth. You know what I'm saying? Stuff that has nothing to do with salvation or nothing. So what if the earth is 6 quadrillion years old, or if it's 6,000 years old? What that got to do with the kingdom?
Pick them pearls
You
up.
see what I'm saying? There's certain things that the scripture tell you, look, to avoid all the strokes, to avoid all the carnalities back and forth, to avoid the bloodshed, avoid foolish questions. And you know a foolish question when you hear it. You know what I'm saying? How you know God ain't a sheep? Let's debate. Look, I ain't gonna be living wrestling with y'all. It is what it is. You don't accept what it is, that's on you. That's how we gotta grow. We gotta get in that type of spirit, you understand? So we don't be shedding blood. So we don't get cornered with our people. You gotta learn to dismiss them because they devils right now. Devil, bye, get out my face.
You said it for yourself, you seen their face change.
Yeah, right.
Go ahead, Alex.
But avoid foolish questions.
Yeah.
And genealogy. And contentions. And strivings about the law.
Yeah.
For they are unprofitable and vain. A man that is inherited after the first and second admonition rejects.
Say after the first and second time you try to bring that reproof to them, they don't want it. The scripture commands you to reject them.
That's right.
Because ain't nothing good coming. I finish it off.
We're going to be arguing back and forth about
We'll
what?
go back and forth.
The age of the earth, genealogies. Can't nobody keep the laws. Y'all trying to be righteous. What we arguing about?
Right.
You brainwashed. Yeah, my mind is washed in filth. Yes. I am brain. My mind has been washed. You see? Avoid all that extra. It's after the first and second time you bring the truth to them, reject them if they don't want it. They heretics. Go ahead, Hebrew.
Verse 11.
Yeah.
Knowing that he that is such is subverted and sinning being condemned of himself.
See, he's condemned, he's subverted, he's overthrown.
That's right.
Overthrown. Sinning means he's a lawbreaker, and he's condemned. Unless he repent, unless she repent, they're overthrown, they're condemned, and they breaking the law of the Most High.
Keep it moving.
So all you can do is just keep it moving. And that's it. That's how you avoid a lot of that madness. One more verse, Matthew 7:6. We got 2 questions. Sis got something, and sis in the back. Let's work on to his class. But is it making sense, sister? Is it making sense? That's how we can avoid a lot of bloodshed and getting cornered by people. Because I understand clearly. I got them family members that jump you out the house, turn the whole family against you. You understand? When you're young, you be ready to get bow-legged in the shoulders, like, well, what's good?
Now you
I just read about David killing Goliath. I'm feeling like David. What's good? I done been there. Like, hey, let's get it.
now you let their sin turn you into sin.
Now you say it. You know what I'm saying?
It's a strategy with this though, so with this
Yeah.
truth, it's a war strategy. Remember, we at war already anyway. You know, so yeah, just tell your son he gotta learn patience with that truth. He can't just be like Molly said. He can't be a Mally Mac 11 shooting up everybody even if they not hearing it. For one, he wasting his time. He can be going to talk to somebody that's willing to listen. For two, he can be studying or something instead of. You see what it turned to? It turned to fist fighting, bloodshed. You know what I'm saying? What are the weightier matters? It wouldn't even work. But we gotta. It's a strategy with this truth. It's a strategy, and that's all it is. Because I bet you now, since he know that, he approach it differently next time.
Yeah. Yeah. You don't want no, what do you say, Raiden got sprayed in his eye?
Yeah.
Cockroach Raiden?
And
Animal maze, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, so naturally, he thinking about other ways he could approach the situation.
Yeah, most definitely.
Or brought water to the fire. How you put that fire out?
Yeah.
You can't fight fire with fire. That's that old proverbial saying. A soft answer turns away wrath.
That's right.
Sometimes, you know what? You right, bro. You sure right. Keep it moving. You see what I'm saying? There's ways you can take the spirit off somebody. That spirit of wrath and rage. Getting bow-legged in the shoulders right back, it don't even work. Especially not in spiritual warfare. It never works like that. There's ways you deal with them. If they talking crazy, look, dismiss them. Bye. You ain't got to come over here. You ain't got to call me. It's all good. Bye.
Right.
You feel me? You want to rap my subscription, you know my number. And just leave it at that. That's how we got to be with this thing. Matthew 7:6, last script. And this red letter, this is the Messiah himself, letting us know what to do with this word right here. And who we can give it to. All right, go ahead. Go ahead.
The book of Matthew, chapter 7, verse 6.
Yeah.
Give not that which is holy unto the dog.
Give not that which is what?
Holy unto the dog.
Dogs, if you look it up, mean an immoral person. Somebody who's defiled conscience. That's somebody that can't see the truth. So don't give that which is holy, which is this word, to dogs. Come on, Hebrew.
Neither cast ye your pearls before swine.
And take your Rolex off and throw it over in the pig trough. A pig ain't don't have no discernment to know those are jewels. He look at it just like it's whatever it is that fell in his trough for food. If there's no discernment with a pig, in other words, to understand what's holy and what's not unholy. So he's saying don't give that which is holy to dogs and don't cast your pearls before swine. This word is holy, this word is pearls. If they act like they don't want it, they a dog or they a swine in the spirit. They don't deserve it. Keep it moving. All right, go ahead, bro.
Lest they trample them under their feet and turn again and rend you.
Turn again and do what to you?
Rend
And
you.
turn you. You see that? They gonna trample that because they ain't got no discernment that that's holy or pearls. They gonna trample the truth under their feet. Nobody wanna hear that. They gonna turn around and rend you. Rend means to turn. Now you're shedding blood. You see? But the command is for us to not give that which is holy to dogs and don't give these pearls to swine. Your people act like they don't want the truth. They dogs and they swine in the spirit.
Keep it moving.
You don't give it to them. Lest there be bloodshed. You see? All right, sister has something. Go ahead.
So, you saying basically, if they want war, I can give it to them.
You said what?
You saying basically if they want war, I can give it to them?
Yeah, you just control the spirit. That's what you do. Like, you know, you can tell when it's on, people look a certain way, breathe a certain way. You here to give the light, not to put the light out. But like, I don't want to hear all that, what you talking about. Late for that Bible. What, you say, look, you got you messed up. You got you messed up. What's the outcome finna be? Come on now, what you want the outcome to be? You want them to get the light, right? So if you want them to get the light, it can't be you got me messed up. It gotta be like, all right, well look, next time we grab, you'll be calling me. And keep it moving. It's more lost sheep to wake up. That's right.
So, like, so I got jumped on basically for no reason, so I can't just like, you know what I'm saying, ask him like, you know what I'm saying, let's shoot the ones on my favorite ones. I can't say that, I can't do that.
You can't say what?
Shoot the ones.
I can't
Get-
just shoot one, like, the
She
favorite
won't
ones, I
take
can't.
long one by one.
Like,
Once somebody-
Is that, what's the outcome? Hold on, we'll let you answer yourself. What's the outcome of that situation?
Or they gonna get the word
Come on,
after
who's
that?
gonna be satisfied if you do beat them all down? What's the outcome of a beat down for you? Because the police gonna be called or somebody gonna come. Just like they intervened and a man jumped on you, that's probably gonna happen again if you win. From that perspective, somebody else gonna jump back in. And then you got mob activity. They charge you more in this nation with mob activity than they do for murder. Because now you're inciting a riot. And the more people join in, the more wicked spirits are in the midst of that, which gonna create, that's what riot does. But what you're asking us is, if they step you, we're not telling you not to defend yourself, but you can't defend yourself and you go to the midst of that violence.
Yes, sir.
The Most High gonna be with you. If they come to you with that violence, like we said, get it straight with them. There's violence about to kick off in my house, and I have to defend this house, or y'all on your way. And send the ambulance too, because they gonna need it. They gonna need it.
You can't eat in the eyes though. You can't, that's for God to do. Like, what, like, I get you cornered, you wanna go whoop some ass. You know what I'm saying? You got jumped on. But like, what is that gonna do for you spiritually? And what's that gonna do for them?
Well, if you whoop them, are they gonna accept the word of God after you whoop them?
And it ain't
Even
gonna-
individually?
it ain't
Or they
gonna-
gonna accept his word then?
It ain't gonna do nothing for you spiritually, so
It's a
you
waste.
know it. You know that. It's you cornerly talking. You know what I'm saying? And you know that.
Or write down Proverbs 15:1. We ain't gotta go there, but it says a soft answer will turn away the wrath. Real me, so you'll
I gave
respond.
something, I got a question in my mouth.
Did you?
Good. Well, you got
Did anybody, I mean, when you call the police, I mean, what happened? I mean, y'all in the same household, right? Where all this taking place.
One household to
I mean, who house, where did this take place at?
It started
Incident
at,
started at my papa's house, and then the second incident went from my papa's house to my
my
mom's
house.
So they came to
My
your home.
auntie's house.
They came to your home and started trouble again?
Then they went back to my
Oh,
auntie's
that's
because
being checked.
my son stayed with my auntie. She stayed with my dad because he's elderly. They help out there.
Right?
And I stayed in my own place. I go to help him with taking him where he gotta go. The thing is that when it happened there, dropping her off, I left because I wasn't trying to pursue it after I grabbed her and realized, looking at her face, I was gonna hurt her. So I left and I went on ahead home. She came all the way to my house and threw a brick at my big glass window in the front of my house.
So, I mean, at this point, it comes down to one thing, somebody gonna get killed.
Right.
Y'all know what it's gonna be. Because once you start, it ain't gonna stop with just fists. Somebody gonna get killed.
She keep calling saying, it ain't over until I get mine. It ain't over until I get mine.
Record it so you have protection on your side. Y'all, you got to be wise at this point because they don't know who started it when it comes, but they gonna favor the side to say, hey, I tried to do everything I could to avoid it. And if you record it, let them know this is what she's saying, and she say she on her way. So either y'all get here before she do, or it's gonna be some trouble. At least you don't leave in they car. Because what you got here, y'all family. If somebody died, y'all gonna be there. Or you got to totally separate yourself from them and if they come in y'all space, you gotta do what you gotta do. But this is an intertwined thing. You got aunties, you got your children staying with auntie and another family member that they are allowed to go to them locations.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. Since we've been in truth, we have separated, and they don't like it. And
Well,
this is why they keep pet peeving and picking and nagging.
Well, there's some other things going on with that. Truth, when they don't like truth, they come at you a different way with attacking you. This is violence. This is something old. This is something y'all ain't resolved years ago. This old drama. You can tell what old drama is. This old drama. Gotta be.
I've been walking around for months in silence. I ain't saying nothing to nobody, but all the stuff they've been saying and doing to try to provoke me, I've been ignoring.
And they stay in the same house. We talking about from bumping and moving things and throwing her clothes all around the room and trying to get her to get by.
Who own the house?
My dad, he's ill.
He can't tell certain ones to leave. Who in charge?
You're not going to.
Who in charge of the house?
They are.
Who?
They are.
Oh, well, it's time for you to go.
It's time for you to not be there anymore.
You gotta get out of there.
Yeah.
You need to move your daughter out, flat out.
Yeah, that's all the problem.
That's all the problem.
That's it.
You can't be in the midst of that because you gonna turn back into them.
That's the solution right there.
And I mean, how that's gonna look on Channel 4? Family member runs amok. Hebrew Wildies at war, and all of them got the same last name. Who you gonna tell the truth to after that? I mean, how they gonna hear it? How she wanna hear it? You split my head open and knock my eye out the socket, and I got a patch on it now for the rest of my life. So who gonna wanna hear that truth? But sister, we understand it. Civil war been going on in Israel forever. But you got to figure out how to remove yourself so that the Most High is on your side. You got to get out of that.
That's what it is.
That's just the bottom line because it's not so much as they want you changing and you trying to change the whole household. The whole household don't want change. I know the father is there and he needs assistance, but y'all either got to call family services or somebody and tell him he's in a bad situation. I had to get out of there. This is what's going on. Something has to change there because once you in there, you know what it's going to be. One word said the channel get changed. I was watching that.
Right.
How you just gonna come in here and change the damn channel? Then it's on. It's chest to chest again. And blows gonna be thrown. And when you in that turf, unless you buy the strong man, you can't take the house. So either you take the house or you gotta get out.
It was a situation where they were trying to break the Messiah one time because of words that were said. Everybody took up stones to stone him, and he had to slide up out of there.
Right. He did feel
Like, you gotta learn how to do that at times. Like, you can't answer fire with fire, it's gonna be no fire. You just gotta learn to slide off at times.
I mean, I know
it's
it's
a
your,
strategy of spiritual warfare. That's it.
I know it's
You know what I'm
your
saying? If you
family.
can't stay up in that deal, then it's just time to remove yourself up out of there. That's all it is. We y'all grown. You feel me? You got another spot where you can lay your head at. It's time to get on up out of there.
That's all it is.
Y'all can't be around each other too long. It's time to go. It's just what it is.
'Cause I got family like that too. They ain't seen me in 6 years because I know some ignorance will jump off. So I just keep myself away from that. I wish they would hear this word, but they don't want to hear this word. So I'm not going to force it to them. I'm going to pick my pearls up, go on about my business and talk to somebody who want to hear it. Because that's what we live in now. We are set apart people. We can't keep dealing with people that don't want a part of that.
Oh, set apart. Name of the class, set apart.
I'm just trying to get you back there.
Let's get this class started, y'all. We ain't got long.
And sister, we ain't overlooking the issues you're having. We're just looking for a remedy for y'all. And this is what you call blood type of situation. Y'all intertwine in it, you know, unless we say, okay, we got a room for you over here, you gotta get out of it. But y'all need to make a permanent move situation. We're gonna pray for y'all and y'all, but we just telling you, defend yourself to the best of your ability without it causing more harm to you. That's right. You already labeled you in a code. And then if we decide to mob over there, take 10 brothers over there, what's gonna happen then? You don't think they're gonna ride back down here? fire off some shots down here and run back out the door, hopefully before they get away.
You know, getting away.
Innocent get hit. So, that's where we at. Y'all in a situation that's gonna have to be mended because y'all gonna be dealing with each other. If your father's in that type of critical condition, you know, God forbid, you know, short time may be on the table. And the worst place that's gonna take place is y'all throwing blows at a funeral. Because that's where it's gonna come down to. Because now people arguing about what you think you're gonna get. That's what it's all really about.
That's what it's gonna come down to.
Who gonna get what? Who in charge of what? They thinking you there so that you can get control of the assets. Y'all know what it's about? Yeah, she trying to take over now. Dad wasn't here 2 months ago when he fell down the steps. Now they here. Oh, they trying to get their name put on the wheel and get us put out. You a liar!
Just get up out of it, though, sis. Get up out of it.
I had 2 hands up in the back, sis in the, all the way in the back, and then mama in the green hat.
Romans what?
What she said?
Romans
Yeah,
16,
Romans
17.
You know the one. Mark them that cause division.
Cause division, absolutely. Yeah, and you have to, and you mark it amongst yourself. Yeah. Yeah. Man, look, it don't make you a punk. Look, because every fight you start, you usually lose. So let them start so you can win. See, that clears the mind of the one that got whooped. Because they feel something was with you. I started out the one doing your head like this. And now I'm laying up like this with bandages on. I didn't know he had it in him. But they will leave you alone forever. But y'all, anything you go to start, if it's not righteous, y'all, you gonna lose. And every one of us got a losing fight, battle that they talk about. So y'all understand it clearly. I understand clearly the one I lost. When I heard him say, show him how you won that trophy. I'm like, wait a minute. What trophy? Is it track and field? Is it about basketball? No, it's about boxing.
Golden glove.
Golden glove. Show them how you won that trophy. And I started. So I ain't started no more. And I've been victorious since.
Y'all ready to get started? Somebody else?
When we read out of 1 Peter 4, and we speaking on the sickness, where is reveling?
You said what's going on?
Where is
Reveling?
reveling?
Reveling is just wild fun. It's like you revel in party atmosphere. There's always that reveling and banquet. And see, they go together. Wild drinking, wild cussing, lies being told. And keep on about, all of that.
Yeah.
If I ain't the baddest mother in here, ain't no Jesus. I told him what's right. Wild revel.
They do always come to party, don't
With parties. And banquet.
they?
And the key word in that also, right. Because somebody gonna join on the other side.
It's G2970, a revel, a carousal, a nocturnal or riotous procession of half-drunken and frolicsome fellows who after supper parade through the streets with torches and music in honor of Barabbas or some other deity.
Wild, drunken revelry.
Letting loose.
And it's like a lot of times you'll have, if you cool and you happen to go out with some people at work and they tell you, come on, let your hair down. Man, loosen up. You know what that means.
Right.
Start taking shots. And then when you start dancing on the table and pull your clothes off, you're going to see all of those pictures at work on Monday.
What happens when the warm blood runs during the Yahoo?
Yeah, absolutely. So y'all know what it's gonna bring, so ain't no need us getting caught up into that. But these scriptures are accurate, y'all, on behavior. And the main thing they have to see is y'all know how to behave yourself. And if you in that same volatile situation, it ain't no relief from it. Somebody gonna get killed.
I got this relevant in the Zondervan's Pictorial Bible Dictionary, and here it says, a word used to designate any extreme intemperance and a lustful indulgence, usually accompanying pagan worship. Paul listed with murder as barring the way into the kingdom of Yah in Galatians 5:21. And Peter denounces it in 1 Peter 4:3. The word is translated riotous in Romans 13:13 and rebel in 2 Peter 2:13.
Right. Y'all know what that brings. Once the fever pitch is hot, the police don't know who to separate from. They wait a minute, all y'all family? What they gonna do but say everybody go to jail at this point? Everybody got to go to jail at that point. If husband and wife walking, they coming, they ain't gonna choose sides. They just gonna say, which one of y'all going to jail?
Who got warrants?
We got to do, somebody got to do 20 hours to cool the situation down. We got to separate one of y'all. And usually the man say, I'll go. Who say that? But because if you don't, you're going to get the brunt of it anyway. I mean, you go with eye all scratched up, but all it is a 20-hour cool-off period till we go to court. You can take your side, but look, 20 hours is better than going to a funeral. Because that means 20 hours could turn into 20 years. You got no problem doing 20 years, more power too.
Whatever.
But you're gonna see what rioting and reveling is about on a 20 bid, because that's all they doing in there. Fighting every day. You in a 6x9 with somebody you don't watch. What's gonna happen in that situation?
But he like you.
Right. We ain't gonna go no longer, y'all gonna run and get this class started. But we hope y'all understand that, sister. We'll talk after if we need to. We'll wrap after as well. Okay? All right.
All right, well, look, I'm finna cut this class literally half and get straight to the point. Alright, so this lesson called "The Set Apart People, Belief in Blood." You know what I'm saying? So basically, sitting up one day and I was asked a question. Somebody asked me, why were we the chosen people? You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, why are we the chosen people? I understand we Israel, I understand we got the promise and all of that, but what really made us different from everybody else? And I'm like, what you mean? And he like, well, don't all of us come from Adam? Ain't all of us one family? And I'm like, damn, you're right. We all descend from Adam. Whether we like it or not, we all, everybody, every race descend from Adam and Eve. So that means, in one particular point, we all are family. Whether we want to accept that fact or not. So what makes us different? What makes us different? If we all come from one bloodline, what makes us different? We all come from the tree of Adam. So what makes us different? Huh? So why did he choose us? Huh?
Because we were the fewest and all.
So he chose us because we was a few. I'm glad you said it. Let's start right there. Let's start right there. Let's go to Deuteronomy 7. Let's see if that's true or not, Hebrew. Let's see if he chose us because the few was of all. Because I thought that too at one point. So he chose us because we was the fewest. Until I got to read, I'm like, hold on, that don't say that. Come on, let's get it. So let's start at Deuteronomy 7. We're going to start at verse 1. Remember, it's a set apart people, belief in blood. There's a reason why belief is right next to blood. But we all come from the same blood, right? The blood of Adam. So what makes Israel so different? Let's get it.
Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 1. When the Lord thy God shall bring thee into the land whither thou goest to possess it, and have cast out many nations before thee, the Hittites, and the Girgashites, and the Amorites, and the Canaanites, and the Perizzites, and the Hivites, and the Jebusites.
All these are African nations. All these are Hamites. Come on.
7 nations greater and mightier than thou.
Oh, that says 7 nations greater and mightier than that. He's talking to Israelites. So when did all this change? They were greater in number. They were mightier. They had the warriors. They had the soldiers. They had all the possessions in their land. Come on.
And when the Lord thy God shall deliver them before thee, thou shalt smite them and utterly destroy them. Thou shalt make no covenant with them, nor show mercy unto them.
When you look up this word covenant, it says alliance. It says we weren't supposed to make no alliance with them people. Come on.
Neither shalt thou make marriages with them. Thy daughter shalt thou not give unto his son, nor his daughter shalt thou take unto thy son. For they will turn away thy son from following me, that they may serve other gods. So will the anger of the Lord be kindled against you, and destroy thee suddenly. But thus shall he deal with them. Ye shall destroy their altars, and break down their images, and cut down their groves, and burn their graven images with fire. For thou art an holy
You
people.
heard that? But thou art an holy people. You look up this word holy, it's telling you you're cleansed, you're sanctified, you're set apart. You're set apart. Come on.
Unto the Lord thy God.
So we set apart for the Lord. We set apart for the Lord. It's like you put the 100 pennies on the table and he took a certain amount of ones and gave, put them in his pocket. That's what he did to us. We his treasures, we his possessions. But why? Come on.
The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto
You hear
himself.
that? He did not only choose us, he chose us to be something special to himself. Special to himself. Come on.
Above all the people that are upon the face of the earth.
Above all the people that's upon the face of the earth. But remember, we all come from Adam, so what makes us so different? We all got his blood in us, so what makes us so different? Come on.
The Lord did not set his love upon you, nor choose you, because ye were more in number than any people, for ye were the fewest of all people.
So he didn't choose us because we was the fewest, he just letting you know. Look, matter of fact, I don't love you because you was more than number. In fact, you're less than number.
Right.
So he didn't choose us because we was the few. He chose us for another reason. But PP said love. The Most High love us. Let's look up this word love. Let's look up this word love in Hebrew.
Hold on.
Anybody know that?
Verse 8. But because the Lord loved
You
you.
hear that? He loved us. When did the Most High start loving Israel? That's another question. When did he start loving Israel? Through Abraham.
And his faith.
And his faith. That's why he chose us. He chose us by pure what? Faith. That's what changed the blood. Before then, we all were the same people. We all shared the same DNA. We all was the same. But the faith changed the bloodline. The faith changed the DNA. And this is actually going on today in life. We got Dr., write this down, y'all. Look up this information. His name is Dr. Bruce Lipton. There's one source. Write it down when y'all get the chance. Dr. Bruce Lipton.
How you spell that?
Lipton, Lipton. Lipton. You know I can't talk. But check this out. He studied biology for 20 years, y'all. And he was working with people that had cancer. He never used medicine, but every patient he had got healed off of the belief that they can heal themselves. Showing you that belief changed what? DNA.
Yes.
The belief changed your blood.
We got another one. Dr. Brat Stinknut.
Stekia.
Alright, look, don't give up.
Stekia.
Look him up. He's an MD. He's been doing the same thing for 15 years. Brett. B-R-E-T. Look this stuff up. He healed people through belief on meditation. Fasting and meditation. Had diseases that they say that's uncurable. All is in their DNA. Their DNA changed off of belief.
And y'all heard the term like what y'all call placebo tablets. They give you a pill and they nothing but sugar tablets and tell you this is what's okay.
Alright, now we got Dr. Mercola, M-E-R-C-O-L-A. He started healing people. People would get these diseases. He would give them tablets of what it was nothing but sugar. It's all it was. And they will be healed off the belief that this sugar would heal them. They thought it was actually medicine. But it wasn't nothing but pills of sugar. And their bodies reconstructed themselves. Their minds reconstructed the DNA in their blood. It changed their bloodline. How was that possible? Through what? Faith. So before Abraham believed in anything, we wasn't no different than nobody. Ain't no difference in us. What makes us set apart is our what? Faith, our belief. Mal used to tell me this 5 years ago, man. Yo, our faith is so precious. And I used to always wonder what he meant by that. And I'm finally starting to see this is how precious our faith is. So when he say all Israel is not Israel, he mean that physically and DNA-wise.
Yes, sir.
Because you can be an Israelite, look just like me, come from the wombs of my same mother. But if I believe in Christ or Mashiach and you don't, guess what? Our DNA structures is totally different.
Right.
Because I believe and you don't. We're going to read it though. Let's keep reading.
But because the Lord loved you, and because he would keep the oath which he had sworn unto your
You
father.
hear that? That's why. He just told you. He says he told you because he loved you that he swore and he's going to keep the oath that he made with our fathers. What was the first oath he made? It was to Abraham. He said what? He made a covenant with him. He said, check them stars, count them, get up out of your city, go into this land. Abraham never doubted and he moved. He moved. Letting you know that your name is an action. To be Hebrew, that is an action name. To be a Hebrew Israelite, that's an action. It's just not a word. You actually have to do works to be a Hebrew. And one of these works and one of these laws is what? Faith. Because without faith, you can't even please who? Meaning without faith, you can't get work. In the kingdom. Point blank period. Don't that level the playing field though? You realize you ain't no different than nobody. Especially if I don't have faith. So look up this word love, because it's something particular once you look up this Hebrew word and you start seeing that all these things came from Abraham. All these things. So like when we be praying and we always praying for everybody else, we need to be thanking the Lord for Abraham.
That's right.
We need to be asking for faith like him. Because his DNA was so different that his faith was so strong that his DNA is still in our bloodline today. How strong is that? You start looking up this. Amongst African Americans, I ain't even checked the other 12 tribes, I only checked us. Amongst African Americans, it's an additive in our blood that's different from everybody else. Scientists still don't know what it is. It's called the covenant. It's this little additive in our blood. It looks like little black molecules. Don't nobody else have it. What is that? It's called a covenant. The blood is by the belief. Belief changes your bloodline. And without this belief, you cannot inherit the kingdom of God. So then you start getting into blood, because it said flesh and blood won't inherit the kingdom of God, right? But in order for you to get this promise is by the blood. So what blood is he talking about? It's talking about the blood that he put in Adam before he fell into sin, before he came outside the garden, when he had the faith and when he was willing on and when he was believing, before he listened to his woman. You see what I'm saying? So you even have different types of blood. That's how precious faith is. It's mind blowing.
So that's like with the covenant that he made with Abraham, and then us today, seeing the faith of our people, whether they in the truth or not. Sunday morning, faithfully going to church and everything that they say, it's whether they, wicked or evil, they still acknowledge God. So that's that faith, that's that bloodline that is still with us, and even like the rappers, when they war, they thank God for.
Yeah, that's still that belief on the whole, but then it's a different belief, okay?
Right.
So say they in church faithfully, right? They doing their thing. That's a worldly belief, though.
Right.
That's a worldly thought. You can be faithful to
Right.
BS.
Just to be
That's what
faithful.
they is. So that's everybody can have that. I'm talking about when you faithful to this doctrine, when you know exactly who it is. When Christ ain't no lily blind white boy with blue eyes. When you know it's exactly a Mashiach to come out these scriptures. When you believe in the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. That's the different adjective that is give us. Because believe it or not, you go to these churches, they faithfully there every Sunday. I bet you if you check their blood and check somebody like ours, it's going to be different. Because we had the covenant. The covenant comes from the word. The covenant don't come from no church house. You know what I'm saying? It's the bloodline. And this is very selective few. Like you said, 1/3. A remnant. Literally.
And let me just say this before I get to your deed. It's a measure of faith. So whether you in that doctrine or not, there's a measure of faith. Because we all came out of the church, the majority of it. So that measure of faith was there so that you could see the light. So they still get that being Israel, born of Israel. That's automatic in the blood.
Yeah.
But is it going to stay right there?
Is he gonna get it again?
Or is it going, the faith going to increase?
Exactly.
So that measure of faith, every man gives according to Romans 12. There's a measure of faith that he gives to everybody born in the womb that's Israelite. David had a measure of faith. And y'all know he would make Clarence Thomas look like a Black Panther. This how bootlicking he was, but guess what? He had blood on his doorposts. He came out of Egypt, but he failed when it came time to see has his faith increased. And that was in the wilderness. It had no increase. And that increase is the same as the parable the Messiah used about my usury, where my money. This man, I gave you 1 penny. What you do with the penny? I turned it into 5 pennies. It's the same scenario. What you do, Lord, I kept that penny and hid it on my pillow. He called him a what kind of servant? Wicked servant. Because you stand right where you at. You ain't going or you ain't, you just right here. So basically you're like a fig tree that don't produce figs. So what is that good for? To be burned in the fire. It's not producing. So anything that don't produce, so we have to be careful when we look at the church, because if they looked at us like that before we got it, do we feel the same? I mean, because it was Israelites talking about us before we came out the church. Look at that nigga right there. We got Easter photo.
Yeah, but the fact of the matter is, though, when you really renew and you really reborn again in mind, that's when that DNA structure change. That's the whole point of being reborn again.
Yeah.
When you put off the old man, I'm not saying that you're above a human being at all, but you're certainly a different type of man at this time. And that bloodline change, and you see, the bigger the faith, the bigger the miracle.
Yeah.
Because we've seen a lot of wonders happening before the promise of Abraham, right? But did y'all peep how the wonders and the miracles and the power turned up, though? He started increasing in faith because of his belief. He said we ran in few and we ran off what? Many. Running fast as gazelles, jumping 9, we still doing it. Like it's something in the blood that's different from everybody else, but everybody got a niche of it, like you said. Everybody. Just like when we talk about the white man, we can't say that he don't have melanin. Of course he do, but of course it's not as much as us. You know what I'm saying? There's something different about the covenant in that blood, but everybody have a right to the kingdom. Everybody, if they have what? Faith. So that means other people's bloodlines change just like us, but he made a promise through our bloodline, and once you see it, and once he got the covenant, you see how things started changing, and it's mind-blowing. And like, the thing about it is, we can go through science and link it up to scriptures, and it'll blow your mind. Like, you can actually heal your body by belief. So if you can heal your body by belief, if she had Messiah without having a man come into her by belief, then what else? What else can we not do by belief? You see what I'm saying? That's how powerful this is. Everything works off of what? Belief. Without belief, there will be no miracles. That's just what it is.
Mind over matter.
Mind over matter. And if it don't mind, it don't matter. Y'all can actually say that all the time. All right, let's get it.
Dr. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm going to say zeal. We all have zeal,
Yeah.
but is it in the right place?
Right.
Yeah, exactly what he was just saying. Like, everybody got that zeal because that's in us. Like, for some Hebrews go hard. We go hard at wickedness, we go hard at Christianity, we go hard at everything. But like, when you go hard for that right thing, something changes, something is different. And it's an additive in us, and it makes us will and work our way to help everybody else be reborn again for their DNA structure to change. Like, you know, everybody will tell you the only thing that don't change is DNA. But you start looking this up, man, that's the biggest lie ever told.
Right.
It's all doctors talking about this. And it changed quicker when you believe in it than you taking all these different types of things to change it. Showing you that your mind actually will, your soul and your body and everything in your entire being, your mind will it. It's your consciousness. It's the only thing that's going to the kingdom. That's what's going to be attached to your glorified body. So we see that faith changed your bloodline. That's what links us to Christ. Now you start getting into the blood, you see why he shedded his blood for us. You see why it had to be blood over the post. You see, like, we're going to get into it though.
Yeah.
Let's get into it. So let's finish this off. We're going to read this all the way down.
I'm going to finish verse 8 off. Had the Lord brought you out with a mighty hand and redeemed you out of the house of bondmen from the hand of Pharaoh, king of Egypt.
So look up that word love, because he said he loved us, right? Everybody think they know what love is. So what is love?
It's H160, ahaba. It's love. Human love for a human object, or God's love to his people.
You hear that? God love to his people. It's an affection he had. It's an affection like when, as soon as he wake up, he wiped that jewel off. Before you do anything, he wiped the jewel off. You know what I'm saying? It says that we a treasure unto him. You know what a treasure is? When anybody, you see a Negro with a fat chain, before they wake up in their own crib, before they brush their teeth, put their shoes on, they gonna throw that chain around their neck. And they ain't gonna never leave out the house unless it's polished right. And that's how he is to the Most High. All because of he loved who? Us. But how did he love us if we weren't here yet? So he had to love somebody else, which is who? Abraham. So didn't he call Abraham his friend? Huh? So let's look at the scripture where he called Abraham his friend, and let's actually look up this word friend and see what it matches. So what love say right there?
God's love to his people.
So God loved to his people. So he said he loved us. Go to 2 Chronicles 20, verse 7. Now let's start looking at these words that'll blow your mind with friend. So we see that love means a heb or a heba, right? What friend means in Hebrew?
And y'all, when he say these words, look these words up, every word has at least two definitions.
Yeah.
There's going to be a spiritual side and there's going to be a formal side. You definitely have to look for the spiritual side first, because that's your first mind. That's the mind of the Lord telling you to look at it from this perspective first. You always have to look at it from that perspective first. So we have friends, we have spiritual friends, and we have carnal friends. You know, if you find yourself saying, my carnal friends, or I understand them more than my spiritual friends, then you really don't have spiritual friends.
Right. Right.
I need to look up that word. That verse says friend.
Hey, can I read one verse?
Okay, bro.
Something said, one of the verses when we started out in Deuteronomy 7, the second witness is Ezekiel 16.
Yeah.
You want that?
Yeah, I got it on the list.
Okay.
Go ahead, though.
In verse 3, and say, thus saith the Lord God unto Jerusalem, thy birth and thy nativity is of the land of Canaan. Our father was an Amorite and thy mother a Hittite. And that's where, when we just read that in Deuteronomy, he said he casted out all those nations for us.
Yeah.
You know, he got rid of them, and he said when we started out, that's where we were in that land.
Yeah, that's why you notice he always calls strangers, pilgrims, and all of that.
And understand what that was too. That's the difference in Deuteronomy 7 being a prophecy about the people of Israel, and Ezekiel is a prophecy of the land of Israel. because it starts off with Jerusalem, and then it says our father was an Amorite. So you have to be careful. Some people think that means so we Amorites. Right. But it's just telling you where your beginning was in the land of those. So the father of the land he's basically just saying that. That's why I started y'all out in the land that belonged to somebody else. So technically your birthplace was run by another nation or another people. It's not calling saying our physical father was Hamites and Amorites. It's just saying we were in the land of Canaan.
Right.
Like Abraham is our father.
Right.
And he's not Amorite.
Right, absolutely, absolutely. Right. Go ahead. Children of Ammon, the offspring of Lot and his daughters in that wicked sex act. And that's the thing, they were Shemites, what Lot was. So it changed, see, and like bro is saying, sin changed DNA.
DNA changed.
See, because of a wicked act of a father on a daughter, which has never ever been permitted from Genesis to Revelation, it changed the structure of the DNA. And they did a wicked thing because they got them drunk before they did. If it was righteous, they wouldn't have did it. So both of them did it both nights. Loaded them up on wine, basically pulled a Bill Cosby on. Threw a Mickey in that wine. A Mickey in that was not accident. And they went to work 2 nights in a row. One was the Amorites and one was the Moabites. So it changed the whole structure of the DNA because that was a wicked act. And they knew it was wicked because they said, we got to get him drunk. He ain't gonna do it if we get him drunk. If we don't, if he's sober because he knows he's not supposed to go into the dark because Lot was a righteous man. You have to think, there was 5 cities and only 5 people got to come out of 5 cities. I want you to think about St. Anne, Ferguson, St. Louis, and Jennings, and Berkeley. All the people in the 5 cities, 5 people come out of 5 cities. That's all got saved. And then all of them dropped off. The wife dropped off, so now you down to 4. You know, well, I should say 4 people came out. I'm sorry, 4 people came out. Lot, his wife, and his 2 daughters. So out of all the people that came out, 4 people, she lost it coming out. Now I want you to think about, she came out off of Lot's faith. His daughters came out after his faith. So you can save a household up to the point of where is your increase. So y'all, this is why we have to be careful with turning away from our family. You have to let them see the light because after they get to the increase, you're not responsible for them anymore. They own their own at the increase mark, and it's called the rod. That every soul has to pass under by yourself under the rod. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink the rod. At that point, they own their own. They'll see it, they'll get there, and at that point, y'all know how many souls? We had more souls dropped in the wilderness than we did in Egypt. Y'all think about that. A ground opened up and buried 3,000 souls and covered the ground back up. Then in the wilderness, this after we came out of it. So what's hard-headed is at most. Right in the righteous spot to get you prepared to go into the kingdom. More souls dropped out. And I'm talking about everybody 20 years and up. Kill all of them, the Lord said. Everybody 20 years and up. Put them to death.
Let's think if we had to exit this out of here right now. Everybody that's in here over 20.
Let's get it. This is what friend.
2 Chronicles chapter 20, verse 7. Are not thou our God, power? Chapter 7, verse
20. You need to change it to 7:20 or is it 27?
It's 27.
On the board, it says 7:20.
I was like, I got this word. All right. 2 Chronicles chapter 20, verse 7.
Y'all remember what love meant in Hebrew, right? Ahava, right? Ahava means love in Hebrew. And he said that he didn't love us because we're many, matter of fact, we're few. He loved us because of what? The oath that he swore unto our father Abraham. So let's look up this other word. Come on, let's read that.
2 Chronicles chapter 20, verse 7. Art not thou our God, who didst drive out the inhabitants of this land before thy people Israel, and gavest it to the seed of Abraham, thy friend forever.
Now who?
Thy friend
So
forever.
look, he called Abraham his friend forever. Let's look up this word friend. And let's see the definition of friend.
It's H157. Aha.
What is it?
Aha. Almost.
It's the same. Only
It's the same.
difference is ahab and oheva. Both mean love. So when you say friend in Hebrew, you actually, there's no such thing as friend in Hebrew. It means love. It's love. It's family. So Abraham was family to God by his faith. So when he said, I love y'all, I didn't love y'all because y'all were few. I loved y'all because the oath that I gave your father. The only reason why we Israel is because of the faith of Abraham.
That's right.
So then it gets to the thing, what happened if somebody else had the faith and it didn't get Abraham? Then who would be the chosen people then? I'm just trying to put y'all in the mindset of like, we literally, only reason why we chosen and peculiar and special is because of the faith that our forefather had. And Dan just said everybody else gonna have to pass on that rod, because right after Abraham, he did the same covenant with who? His son, Isaac. Right after Isaac, he did the same covenant with who? With Jacob. We all gonna have to go through our own covenant within our own selves and have to test our own faith. Individually. Come on.
H157. Aha. To love. Human love for another. Human love for or to God. Act of being a friend. God's love toward man. Lovely friends, lovers. Definition at prime root, to have affection for.
You hear that? To have affection for. So the Most High loved Abraham. By him loving Abraham, he loved who? Us. Now we see, for God so loved the world, he gave his only begotten son. We actually see what he's meaning when he's talking about that. And it's all based off of faith. Because without faith, you can't please God. And faith is what changed your bloodline. Faith is how you inherit the kingdom. Because if you have faith and you got the works, and faith without works is dead, that means you're keeping what? The commandments. It all goes into one thing. But all of this wouldn't even have happened if Adam and Eve wouldn't have sinned. Wouldn't be no point in none of this. Christ would have never had a reason to manifest in flesh and come even shed his blood if it wasn't for Eve and Adam sinning in the garden.
That's right.
Y'all get what I'm saying? So because of this thing, he had to test somebody. Because Christ had to come and shed his blood for us to redeem us from our sins. So he needed a nation, a holy people, for he can bring his son through. And guess who made the cut? Abraham. And guess who loins we coming up out of? Abraham. It's a beautiful thing. Come on. Let's get back to Deuteronomy. Finish that off real quick, and then we're going to keep it pushing. Let's go down to 19. Yep. We're going to go down to 19.
7 verse 9.
19.
Deuteronomy chapter 7 verse 9 where we left off.
20.
Here we go. Know therefore that the Lord thy God, he is God, the faithful God.
You hear that? The faithful God. He's so faithful, that's why it's required for you to have what? Faith. Notice he don't never ask nothing of you that he ain't gonna do himself. Same thing with Abraham. Everything he asked Abraham, he did himself. He even gave Abraham a sheep where he wouldn't have to sacrifice his son. All because he knew Abraham was going to do it. But he actually sacrificed his son for us, didn't he? So you see, he ain't putting no burdens on us that he won't take on himself.
That's right.
That's how faithful he is. That's how merciful he is. He's faithful because of the blood. He's merciful because of the blood. And we're going to show this. Like, blood is so important. And that's why, look, blood is mentioned in the scriptures 423 times. And every time you read it, at least half of them have something to do with belief. With every covenant he made with us, it had to have been a blood covenant. He even did it down into your marriages. In order for you to consecrate your marriage, it has to be a blood covenant. What do y'all think sex is? Like every covenant that he created, blood has to be involved in it. Because life is in the what? The blood. That lets you know that faith changes the structures of your DNA and your bloodline. All off of your belief. Come on.
Which keepeth covenant and mercy with them that love him, and keep his commandments to 1,000 generations.
To 1,000 generations. That's why it trickled down. The blood trickled down to us. And it'll keep going long as we obtain the what? The faith. Come on.
And repayeth them that hate him to the face, to destroy them. He will not be slack to him that hated him. He will repay him to his face.
See that? So he pay you back to your face. He don't get you when you ain't looking. He like, look, this is what you did. This is why you getting punished, because you did this and that. Imagine him letting you share part of his blood, letting you be a peculiar treasure onto him, and then you turn your back on him. Huh? Imagine one of y'all children turning their back on you, or one of your children not believing in you. That gotta hurt. Huh? When your son don't believe in you, you don't have faith in me, and I created you. You came from my boy. Come on.
Thou shalt therefore keep the commandments, and the statutes, and the judgments, which I command thee this day, to do them.
To do what?
To do them.
So it's showing you that if you ain't got no faith, you ain't keeping the commandments. Why keep them? What's the point? You don't believe. What is the alternative goal here? Like, what is the end game? So if you out here constantly sinning and you still worrying about the same sins and you falling from the same sword every day, you lack faith. A lot of people ask for a lot of things, but people do not be praying and ask for faith. When that's the key component to all of this. Because with the commandments come faith. You have to believe first, then you work. You can't work yourself into belief. We never read that. They believed it, then they went to work. Faith without works is dead. So if you steady breaking these same commandments on the other side of midnight, then you have a faith problem. That's a faith problem. That's a belief problem going on. Because obviously you don't believe in heaven or the lake of fire. Because if you really did believe that you're going to burn for eternity, if that was really centered in your conscience, and you was really persuaded in your mindset, you wouldn't be out here doing the same sin over and over again. So this lets you know that your bloodline is different. You're not Israel. All Israel ain't Israel.
That's right.
Come on, Hebrew.
Wherefore it shall come to pass, if ye therefore hearken to these judgments, and keep and do them, that the Lord thy God shall keep unto thee the covenant and the mercy which he swore unto thy father.
Now you hear that? That's a key factor. He said if you keep these commandments, only way you can keep commandments is by being in the faith. He said that's the way he gonna keep the covenant. Oh, meaning the covenant can be taken away. But look, here's Logan, he go to catch 22, right? How can it be taken away if God never go back on his word? He can't lie, right? And he gave the covenant to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. So that covenant would never leave. But us as individuals, the covenant can leave. Because when you're not keeping the commandments, you're not Israel. Y'all see that?
Absolutely.
So the covenant can leave if you're breaking his laws. Because if you're breaking his laws, you can't have the faith. Come on.
And he will love thee, and bless thee, and multiply thee. He will also bless the fruit of thy womb, and the fruit of thy land, thy corn, and thy wine, and thine oil, the increase of thine kind, and the flocks of thy sheep, in the land which he swore unto thy father to give thee.
You hear that? All because of faith. Because you believe in your father. He giving you a household. He giving you the food. He giving you the water. All because you believe. You keeping his commandments. You ain't got to worry about nothing. He got you. You part of his family. His DNA is constructed inside of you. But if you don't have the faith, then that's another different story. So like I'm saying, a lot of people, we think that we have a sinning problem. We do have a sinning problem because we have a faith issue.
That's right.
It's the faith. That's the root of all problems. Negro, you don't believe, because if you did, you wouldn't do it. Huh? If my mama tell me don't go in the refrigerator, and I went in that refrigerator, and I got my butt whooped, you think I'm going to go in the refrigerator again?
Right.
No. So obviously, I don't believe she gonna. Then we got some people you call fools. They just don't care anything. I'm just saying. Just want to get their butt whooped. But y'all see how important faith it really is. Faith, like you can literally heal your life. if you believe you can. Huh? Look this up, y'all. Write this down too. Women becoming pregnant without having sex. Come time to give birth to the baby and nothing is there. Nothing comes out. Their stomach grows, it be a heartbeat and everything. You heard about that, sister?
I know what you.
Look, over 80,000 cases of this. That's how powerful your mind is. Walking around, getting ultrasounds, heartbeats. Come time to give birth, there's nothing there. How is that even possible? Huh? What it say? Through God, everything is what? Possible. I don't think y'all feel it.
But God, everything is possible.
What's up, brother? His own measure of faith. His own measure of faith.
His own measure of faith.
Yeah.
So isn't it proper that instead of asking for faith, to exercise that faith rather than ask God for something that is already given?
Nah, because you can lose faith. Just like you can lose the covenant that's within you. There's a lot of people that come in with the belief and then get sluggish and fall off. Or somebody can be going hard and watch a YouTube video. Now they don't believe in it at all no more. All faith mean in Hebrew is amun. Amuna, amen. That's why you say amen at the end of your prayer. It means I believe. Everything I just asked you for, I believe is true. So now ask him to, if you feel in your heart that you already got the faith, obviously you got to have faith to be praying anyway. Otherwise, why you hollering? So ask him to increase it, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And multiply it. Because we gonna need it. Because look, we ain't been tested yet. We ain't got tested like Abraham. He told him to kill his son. Sacrifice your son.
Who went through that?
And ask yourself, if he told you to do it, would you really, you know what I'm saying? Would you really, you know what I'm saying? He told him, look, get up out of thy land and cross over the Euphrates River.
I do that.
Look, he said, take your family off and leave. He got up and left. He just got up and left. Huh? What about Paul? Like, what about Abraham? He look, I know I ain't finna see the king. I know I ain't gonna see it in this lifetime, but he still did everything he was supposed to do. He was doing that. Right. We get work, we work one day, we ready to get paid as soon as we leave. As soon as we leave, they will whoop my money at. As soon as we leave though. Huh? That's what I'm saying. This man, when he well stricken in years, and he told him, look, it was so crazy, we're gonna read it. Let's talk, let's read it.
Verse 14. Thou shalt be blessed above all people. There shall not be male or female barren among you, or among your cattle.
Didn't he keep that? Huh? Didn't Sarah give birth? Huh?
Rachel,
right. Keep it going. Come on.
And the Lord will take away from thee all sickness.
You hear that? So faith take away what? Sickness. Because look, faith is a part of the covenant. And all of these are attached to the covenant. If you keep my covenant, if you keep my commandments, I won't take your covenant. And a part of this covenant is what? I'm going to take away all sickness. I'm going to put you in a land that's yours. You're going to have all these treasures, these cattle. Won't none of your women be barren. Huh? You're going to multiply these days. He's telling you, I am going to change your DNA structure and put my God particles in you if you believe. And Abraham like, of course. Huh? Why not? Why not? It wasn't even rolling the dice with him. He knew that it was real. And he got up and he left. Notice right after he crossed over that river, and crossing over, passing over means a bar means Hebrew. Soon as he crossed over, what happened? His name got changed. After the covenant, his name was changed. And everything that the Most High said he was going to do for him, he did. Huh? Y'all know what Abram means? Abram means the exalted father. He told him, cross over this river, get up and walk. And he said, if you listen to me, I will multiply your seeds on earth. As soon as he crossed over, he changed his name to Abraham. Y'all know what Abraham means? Father of many nations. So you see the actual faith and the heritage and the blood covenant is attached to the name Hebrew.
That's right.
Like it's an action word. It's an action word, but you don't get it unless you have what? Belief. Without belief, you are nothing. You're a walking dead doorknob. Doesn't make any type of sense. Your dad is a door now. Y'all know what I was trying to say.
We talking about the walking dead. And will put none of the evil diseases of Egypt, which thou knowest, upon thee.
Y'all heard that? When all the plagues was going down in Egypt, what happened? Did we get hit? Why did we get hit? Because the blood that was over the doorpost. The faith is in what? The covenant. The covenant is in what? The blood. They all together. All together. It's all redemption. It's redemption in the blood. And that same blood, when you believe, is inside of you. That means you can be saved from anything but the first death, of course. But the first death. We all got to take the third death. Come on, you.
But will lay them upon all them that hate thee.
That hate thee. If you hate him, that means you're not keeping what?
The command.
His commandments. It's two ways with him. You either keeping the commandments and you love him, meaning that he has befriended you, or you hate him and you are enemy, meaning you're not keeping the commandments. Meaning you have no faith in you whatsoever. Remember, belief comes with the covenant. When you believe, you get the covenant. When you believe, your DNA structure changes. You are a new man. You are born again. Now you can say, I am a new creature. Yeah, test my blood. It ain't gonna add up to yours. Because I'm different. Because I believe. Huh? What they be calling? They got a name for it. I think they call them pseudo-Christians or something. Like they basically say like we crazy. Like we just crazy for the Lord. We all in. We put all our eggs in one basket. We put all our chips in for Christ. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we most definitely do. Come on, you do.
And thou shalt consume all the people which the Lord thy God shall deliver thee. Thine eyes shall have no pity upon them, neither shalt thou serve their God, for that will be a snare unto thee.
Yeah? So he's telling you what's going to mess up this faith and belief. Don't go filling it with other gods. Don't go into these lands and start taking on their practice. Because now you hate them. That takes that covenant out of your blood. Remember Dan was saying, just like the covenant, the faith can change your blood DNA on a righteous level. If you keep sinning, that changes your blood too. By belief. Look this stuff up. Check the names and every source that I gave y'all to blow your mind. It'll blow your mind. Come on, you.
If thou shalt say in thine heart, these nations are more than I, how can I dispose of them? Thou shalt not be afraid of them, but shalt well remember what the Lord thy God did unto Pharaoh and unto all Egypt.
You hear that? So now he's giving you something for your faith to look back on.
Right.
As soon as you get afraid, as soon as you start afraid, you're like, look, don't be afraid, I'm your shield. Remember what I did to Egypt? Did David lack faith when he killed that big old giant? No, he had faith. It was already done. It was considered done. He's like, look, I'll be right back. We're going to slingshot this heathen real quick. And I'll be right back. It's uncircumcised heathen, and I'm right back. That's that faith. Y'all seen how Paul put the song? Like, who is this little cat? You see that what I'm saying? So like your faith even changed your size. Like you small, but you big in there. You like, man, because you confident. Confidence, right? And that's what that faith is. It's the confidence and assurance of the hope that God gave you. You know what I'm saying? It makes you walk different. It makes you walk, stumble a little harder. You know, I got the faith of a launching y'all. Come on, you bro.
The great temptations with thine eyes saw, and the signs and the wonders, and the mighty hand, and the stretched out arm, whereby the Lord thy God brought thee out. So shall the Lord thy God do unto all the people of whom thou art afraid.
You heard that? All the people of whom we are afraid of. Who else is trotting us down to this day? Don't sound like Great Babylon, America? So if we have the faith, remember faith brings wonders and miracles. And he said there's going to be way more wonders and miracles on how he brought us out of Egypt. It's going to be way more for when he brings us out of Babylon. If we keep the faith. If we have the faith and the belief. Because with faith and with God, all things are what? Possible. Come on. 19. You stopped at 19? All right, let's hit Exodus. After we hit this one, we're going to jump. Exodus 19, what you see? Let's do it. Come on, let's do it. Exodus 19. We're going to do this.
Can I do this? I don't know if we're coming back to friend, but I just want to read a friend because we have to when we pattern ourselves after, being that we dealing with carnal and sin, the friend that Abraham became to the Most High, our test is to see if we can become a friend with who we actually walk every day. Can you get a friend throughout that, that you call your friend, that there's a friend like Abraham and the Most High was with you and somebody in the spiritual walk. So I just want to hit a little bit of the Sirach, chapter 6. I don't know if you get on that. But this is dealing with a friend, and Proverbs always talk about friends too. They say there's a friend that sticks closer than a brother. Yeah. I'm talking about your blood brother. You got a partner you can call before you would call your own family member. So, and that was David and Jonathan. Yeah. So we see that happen, but this is a little bit of instruction for us. Chapter 6, Sirach, or Ecclesiastes, chapter 6. And the apostle Val will put it up on the board. And y'all, just a little bit of understanding, because once we come into this faith, like he's saying, all Israel is not Israel. You can have people sitting down here and so far away from what we're talking about is night and day. Ain't got a clue, going spaced out, going somewhere else. You just see some people looking off like this. What they doing, huh? What they doing? What? On the moon, that's where you was asking.
Bro, that blood's different. They're not even thinking the same. They whole DNA structure is different. We look alike, but you get to work in that blood with different people. All Israel ain't Israel.
Yeah, but the belief is very powerful. He used to be a boy who was studying with a few years ago, thought because his name was Chris, and his father was from the south side of Chicago, that he actually was the Christ the Bible is speaking of.
Right.
That was a few years ago.
Yes, sir.
The last they seen him, he was walking out 70 West toward Lake St. Louis, claiming he was on a mission from Obama to assassinate the Pope. Yeah, he almost got laid down. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But he used to sit up here all the time, man.
They spared.
Yeah, until one day he called some of us and was like, look, y'all don't put hate on me. What you mean we gonna put hate on you? Who is this? Man, you know me, man. I get that large sum of money all the time. Like, bro, I don't even count them. Who is this?
You're right.
They had to send me a screenshot of the brother. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, I do recognize this. He said, look, man, I'm Christ. I'm here to let everybody know my daddy from the south side of Chicago.
Right.
My mama named Bertha.
Right. And they was calling her because they didn't know how he was born. So he said them prophecies lined up with him. Wait a minute. Your mama got the wrong name. You're in the wrong city. And your name is Chris, not Christ. But I'm telling y'all,
I used to sit right there and fall asleep. I was talking about the church.
If y'all don't believe it, I got the text messages that sent me trying to explain to me how he was Christ.
Yeah. He called me that morning too. I had to give him a tongue last.
Yeah, he did.
When he got arrested, he couldn't deliver himself.
Right. All right, y'all, here we go. Ecclesiastes, Sirach, chapter 6. Verse 1, we just gonna read 1 through 18. And it gives, I'm gonna read through it, y'all. We ain't gonna stop and edify too much, but I want brother to hurry up and get right back to his class. So we'll put our time a little bit.
In 5 minutes, you know. Y'all see it out there? Yeah.
No. Y'all see that? Okay. Instead of a friend, become not an enemy. For thereby shalt thou inherit an ill name, shame and reproach. Even so shall a sinner that have a double tongue. Extol not thyself in the counsel of thine own heart, that thy soul be not torn in pieces as a bull straying along. Thou shalt eat of thy leaves and lose thy fruit, and leave thyself as a dry tree. A wicked soul shall destroy him that hath it, and shall make him to be laughed to scorn of his enemies. Sweet language will multiply friends, and a fair-speaking tongue will increase kind greetings. But in peace with, be in peace, with many, Nevertheless, have but one counselor of 1,000. If thou wouldest get a friend, prove him first. Prove him first. And be not hasty to credit him.
That what God did to Abraham? He tested him first. Then he said, hey, I love you. Remember we looked at the word love? That's what friend was. So we see even the Most High, everything he tell you to do, he be doing. Come on.
For some man is a friend for his own occasion, and will not abide in the day of thy trouble. And there is a friend who being turned to enmity and strife will discover thy reproach. Again, some friend is a companion at the table, and will not continue in the day of thy affliction.
Hear that? The table cool and all the place on the food around, he just look, hey, that's your buddy. As soon as that table come up empty and that refrigerator empty, he ain't nowhere to be found.
But in thy prosperity he will be as thyself, and will be bold over thy servants.
That's right. Giving them orders.
Right. If thou be brought low, he will be against thee, and will hide himself from thy face.
Hear that? Who was that nigga? So when you down bad, he don't want nothing to do with you. You embarrassment now. But when he was up, he was on the passenger side the whole time.
Right.
Huh?
I mean, everybody ain't your friend.
Yeah.
Right.
Don't be hasty just to credit everybody. Like, that's your pocket. Everybody's not your friend, and everybody don't got your best interest in mind.
No, not at all. Quick to hop in the car with you, but when you ride the bus, that be like shit.
Right. Scriptures don't call you to be gullible.
Right.
To be gullible in spirit.
Yeah. I mean, look, Pete, even the Most High tested Abraham before he called him a friend.
That's right.
And he took him through some real tests before it was counted to him as righteousness. So we even see that with God himself. So if he tested people to be called a beloved friend, what we supposed to be doing? You know what I'm saying? The same thing. Be Christ-like, right?
Try the spirit.
Yeah.
Separate thyself from thine enemy, and take heed of thy friend.
You hear that? That's an enemy, stay away from him. If that's a friend, hey, sit at the gates. Let's build. We can build. Huh? Separate yourself from your enemies. They bringing you bodily home, stay the hell away from them. Come on.
A faithful friend is a strong defense, and he that hath found such a one hath found a treasure.
Now, didn't God say that he chose us to be a treasure unto him? Because he found a what? A faithful friend, which was Abraham. That's beautiful. Come on, bro.
Nothing doth countervail a faithful friend, and his excellency is invaluable.
Hey, you see that too. And he seen so much in that he said, hey, curse those who curse you and bless those who bless you. I rock with you that much. You so much of a friend to me. You so faithful to me, I'll lay a whole nation down for you. That's a friend. And he said a friend is a strong defense. Ain't that a strong defense right there? Huh? We all need God as our friend.
Yes, sir.
He's the storm maker, the water maker. I need him as my friend.
That's right.
He make things happen. Straight up. Ain't that a benefit?
Yes, sir.
Come on, you bro.
A faithful friend is the medicine of life, and they that fear the Lord shall find him. Whoso feareth the Lord shall direct his friendship aright. For as he is, so shall his neighbor be also.
What? That's what the scripture.
Go ahead, y'all read 18.
My son, gather instruction from thy youth up, so shalt thou find wisdom to thine old age.
That's right.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Let's get to this Exodus. Exodus 19, 1 through 6. That was right on
So
time.
y'all understand how to deal with a friend. A friend, we're not looking for fair weather friends. As long as it's sunshine, blue skies, they will up. Happy you up. Well, as soon as the storm comes, phone going to voicemail. You have reached your almost friend, but I ain't here to help you out of that situation. Click up and leave a message. OJ found out he didn't have no friends when he did. Hello, Bill. Hello, Bob. No friends left. you doing that type of deed, ain't gonna be no friends around. Like, we tell you, this is my brother, this is my best friend. But he always told me, if you come over here running from the police, you and kill somebody, keep running, because I'm gonna give you 5 minutes. I'm gonna tell them you went west, you go east. That's it. And run over here with your transgression. And y'all, that's just the way it has to be. You can't take on nobody else's drama and be involved with that. If you in the car, know who you in the car with.
Right.
You get to a point and you see it ain't going right, let me out the car, though.
Boy, good.
Let me out the car, though. Sit on the bus stop and let them come. Because a friend ain't gonna allow you to put your life in danger and all your children and people suffer behind them telling you to come with me to do evil.
Nah,
I mean, remember what friend means? It means love.
your partner tell you if you hot. I'm hot, man.
Right. He should.
I'm hot, though. You don't even want to be around me right now. That's what's up.
Straight up.
Good luck. I'm up.
Yeah, let's go get there. We had Exodus 19, 1 through 6. Then we're gonna go and get all
Exodus chapter 19, verse 1. In the 3rd month, when the children of Israel were gone forth out of the land of Egypt, the same day came they unto the wilderness of Sinai. For they were departed from Rephidim, and were come to the desert of Sinai, and had pitched in the wilderness. And there Israel camped before the mountain. And Moses went up unto Yahweh, and the Lord came unto him out of the mountain, saying, Thus shalt thou say to the house of Jacob, and tell the children of Israel, Ye have seen what I did unto the Egyptians.
Y'all see the thing about our Father? He always go back to what he did for us before. Letting us know we got a short memory. Like, keep this on your mind. Like, all right, keep this on your mind. You steady out here spanking leg and sinning, but remember what I did for y'all. Remember what I did for your forefathers. Remember the promise I made. Remember that faith. Come on.
Ye have seen what I did unto the Egyptians, and how I bare you on eagle's wings, and brought you unto myself. Now therefore, if ye will obey my voice indeed, and keep my covenant.
And keep what?
And keep my covenant.
Why do we always go back to that? Obey my voice, keep my covenant. You know how many times he said that in scripture? Go to your mouse board and type that in. Look how many times he said that and blow your mind. He got to constantly remind things to us, constantly repeat itself.
What's that? What's going on back there?
Look,
somebody getting handled.
Now therefore, if ye will obey my voice indeed, and keep my covenant, then ye shall be a peculiar treasure unto me above all people.
Above what?
Above all people.
Didn't we just read that? Come on.
For all the earth is mine.
You heard that? He said, for all the earth is his. So if all the earth is his, and we have the same bloodline as him, as long as we keep in the faith, then that makes the earth what? Ours. Huh? Come on.
And ye shall be unto me, and ye shall be unto me a kingdom of priests, and an holy nation.
No, hold on. You see what?
And holy nation. These are the words which thou shalt speak unto the children of Israel.
So not only did he choose us, not only did he befriend us and call us his love, not only are we special and a peculiar people, but we also are a holy nation of priests unto him. You see that? So this covenant actually comes with a job. Huh? We not only fearing him and keeping his commandments, this truth got to go forth, right? So how can you teach something you don't even believe in? So don't you have to have faith for that? See, this faith opened up doors and different opportunities for us. So not only did he choose us to be a treasure, peculiar people, not only did he change our DNA bloodline, but when he changed our DNA and he put his blood in us, he gave us a job to do.
That's right.
And that job was to what? Push this truth.
That's right.
So how can you push truth if you don't even believe in truth? All Israel ain't what? Israel. Because Israel is a holy nation of what? Priests. See how it all link up? So if you lack that faith, you lack everything else. If you lack that faith, you lack everything else. That's how strong belief is, because this is a belief system. That's all the Bible talk about is belief. It's what it was constructed upon. We believe, look, I can't even say it right without saying we believe first. We believe that a Mashiach is a Mashiach because we believe in the scripture.
That's right.
See how many beliefs I just said? Like, you can't even talk, it's all founded off belief. So if you believe that the scripture is tampered with, then you can't be Israel. How
You
can
ain't got no belief.
You have no belief. Well, you do, but you don't believe in the true belief. Like, everything is belief. Everybody believes in something. An atheist believes that there is what? No God. But he still what? Believe.
Right. Evolution.
Right.
Evolution, right. Come on.
That's it.
6. Read 6 one more time.
And ye shall be unto me a kingdom of priests and a holy nation. These are the words which thou shalt speak unto the children of Israel.
Now let's get it. Genesis 12. Get to some Abraham. Go right to it. We ain't got enough time. We're gonna get straight to the point. Genesis 12. We're gonna start at 1. Genesis 12, start at 1, y'all. Remember, a set apart people believe in blood. And you got to that blood yet. We're gonna talk about it. Get it done.
Genesis chapter 12, verse 1. Now the Lord had said unto Abram, get thee out of thy country, and from thy kindred, and from thy father's house, unto a land that I will show thee.
You hear that? So he's like, look, leave your land and walk. I'll show you the land to go to. I ain't gonna give you land, but get up out of your country and leave.
Your country, not just your city.
Yeah.
Right. Leave the United States and go move to Yemen.
Man.
And from your kindred.
Yeah, and you ain't related to nobody there.
Yeah, and he haven't even showed him yet. He haven't even shown him where he's going. He's told him, get up and I will show you. Once you start moving, then I'll show you.
Right.
You see the test?
Right.
Huh? Yeah, believe me, then I'll show you. And we gonna start reading to blow your mind. With Abraham, he didn't doubt. But he like, Most High, where is what you promised me at? I know it's coming, but I, like, what's up with it? Right. Like, we gonna read it, come on.
And y'all think about the book of Eli from this perspective. That's right.
Yeah, what that? Yeah. Come on, what he wrote.
Verse 2. And I will make of thee a great
You
nation.
hear that? So he's telling them to do something right up off of it. He promised. Because remember, anytime he says something, it's a promise because it can't be turned back. So if he do say it's a promise, it's even more than that. Like the only commandment with a promise.
Right.
Meaning he's paying he's paying more attention to this than a lot of other things. So he tells him, he said, get up and leave. And he'll do what?
Make thee a great nation.
Come on.
And I will bless thee, and make thy name great,
Come on.
and thou shalt be a blessing.
You hear that? So he said he's going to make him a great nation. He's going to make his name great. Now we know that your name is attached to your authority. Your authority is attached to your children. And he said what?
Great.
And he's going to what? He said, and thou shalt be a blessing. Come on.
And thou shalt be blessed. And I will bless them that bless thee, and curse him that curseth thee. And in thee shall all families of the earth be blessed.
Come on.
So Abram departed, as the Lord had spoken unto him.
You hear that? So he heard that. He like, well, let me go. You know what I'm saying? You finna make all these things happen. I believe, so let me do what? Work. Let me move on. See how faith come with action? You can't believe and sit on your butt. There's no such thing.
Right.
No such thing. Come on.
So Abram departed, as the Lord had spoken unto him, and Lot went with him. And Abram was 75 years old.
You hear that? He's 75 years old. Huh? He got up and he's leaving the country. Come on.
When he departed out of Haran. And Abram took Sarai, his wife, and Lot, his brother's son, and all their substance that they had gathered, and the souls that they had gotten in Haran, and they went forth to go into the land of Canaan. and unto the land of Canaan they came.
Come on.
And Abram passed through,
It says Abram did what?
passed through.
And Abram passed through. Let's look at this word pass through. You keep reading. Somebody look it up though. Anybody else?
Put it all together like that.
Yeah,
Pass through.
it's gonna be in there. Go ahead, keep reading.
And
Go ahead.
And Abram passed through the land unto the place of Shechem, unto the plain of Moreh. And the Canaanite was then in the land.
Come on.
And the Lord appeared unto Abram and said, unto thy seed will I give this land.
So look, Abram had the faith, he did what he had to do. Right off bat, the Lord said, what? And to thy seed, he's not even talking about him. Notice he ain't even got seeds at this time. He said 75 years old, don't have no seeds, but he listened to what Yahweh told him. As soon as he get there, he said, look, into your seed, I'm gonna give you this land. So naturally in his head, he like, I ain't got no seed. Like, how is this gonna be possible, right? Come on.
Unto thy seed will I give this land, and there builded he an altar unto the Most High, who appeared unto him.
And notice, whenever the Most High appeared to anybody, they always built an altar. They marked the place where the Most High appeared himself at.
That's right.
Come on.
And he removed from thence unto a mountain on the east of Bethel, and pitched his tent, having Bethel on the west, and Hayan on the east.
Right.
And there he built an altar unto the Lord, and called upon the name of the Lord. And Abram journeyed, going on still toward the south.
Right.
And there was a famine in the land. And Abram went down into Egypt to sojourn there, for the famine was grievous in the land. And it came to pass, when he was come near to enter into Egypt, that he said unto Sarai, his wife, Behold, now I know that thou